Welcome everyone, this is Kerjims channel. Now we are back to our episodes of two semi-running champions and comparison. Featured by League of Legend versus the Mobile Legend Bang Bang. But before that, please like and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so you will be notified to our next episode video. Let's do this!
Well, now I don't want to say a new build is kind of emerging because I don't think it's new, but it's a very aggressive one. So you'll notice Hail of Blades has been taken on Rek'sai, but it's partial lethality. So like I remember like Rek'sai's building, you know, they'll build maybe a warrior, then go into like a black cleaver, and kind of then go like bruisery damage. They now go, I think, a warrior item with Stalker's Blade for the slow, and then go pure lethality. So we're going to watch, basically, in essence, the best Rek'sai in the world, and see what they do. Now you'll notice level 1 started Wolves to get level 2, ignoring blue buff completely, and now going over to red. So this is a very interesting thing. Why, I guess? Well, blue buff, again, is only going to be really used for XP in the early game for Rek'sai. It gives cooldown reduction, but Rek'sai doesn't really need that in the early game, so it's generally just going to be used for XP. And obviously to hit level 3 to do a first gank, all you need to do on Rek'sai is 3 camps, including red buff. So they're doing Wolves, red, now they'll do top Krug, and they'll hit level 3. Meanwhile, first blood actually happens against Rek'sai's team, over onto the Senna. And it's a Ziggs lane actually. Oh no, it's not there. I need to swap these two over. There you go. Now it's all good. So the game itself, comp-wise, Tryndamere top lane versus Kennen, Gragas versus Rek'sai jungle, Ziggs versus Echo in mid lane, and Varus Thresh versus Twitch Senna. Now I would imagine the Twitch might do the tier build, which obviously is good for scaling, very bad for lane phase. So we'll see how it goes. So you can see the enemy team might be pinging the Rek'sai's position. The Gragas is actually spam pinging, letting the Tryndamere know, be prepared to top lane. So you can see the Rek'sai is waiting here, seeing if the Tryndamere basically would, overextend over here to try and get some farm. And if Tryndamere did, then Rek'sai is going to go for it. Quite a lot of time investment has gone into this gank. Maybe a bit too much time, you could say. But they're going to go over and take the scuttle, which is good for, obviously, again, XP. I'd be very surprised if Rek'sai's blue does survive the Gragas, if I'm honest. But once again, Rek'sai continuing the trend of top lane is going to commit to the Tryndamere. Now the Tryndamere has used the spin. Kennen is making the way, gets the stun. Probably not going to be enough damage. Bit of a tower dive happening, but yeah, not enough damage is coming off in that. But it's good for pressure. Allows Kennen to get a free lane phase, reminding people Tryndamere not a champion that generally takes teleport. This one again hasn't. So any farm that goes and gets pushed in, teleport isn't existing. So either Tryndamere has to stay to try and make sure they don't get too far behind, or they have to go back and miss out on farm. So you can see the Tryndamere just isn't willing to miss out on this XP and farm. So it's good pressure. But meanwhile, Gragas does make a play happen in bot lane and kills the enemy Senna. Again, and you can see Twitch has actually gone in for the long ball. I'm buying a cull. The lane phase isn't going very well. And now Echo gets a trade kill, but that gives another kill over to the Gragas. So far, you could actually say there's a bit of jungle difference occurring. Rek'sai's only had a bit of pressure in top lane, and is down on farm technically right now, versus the Gragas that now has got 2 kills. But I will say, really early lane, really game, isn't genuinely Rek'sai's strength. Don't get me wrong, Rek'sai can trade with people and fight other junglers in the really early game, but give Rek'sai 1/2 items and then kind of the champion comes on board. Very high damage, and if I'm not mistaken, the E might be true damage. It is, yeah. So in unborrowed mode, when you're actually dealing damage, and Rek'sai bites the target, dealing physical damage, but if you have maximum fury, it does 100% more damage, and it's true damage. So pretty strong if you are, snowballing with all the AD, with the lethality items and everything, and then you're doing true damage. It's quite scary. Meanwhile, Tryndamere and Gragas having a bit of a fight in the red jungle. Rek'Sai's nearly there, Ziggs is also here. Is there going to be something that's going to happen? You can see Echo, 1v3, basically is dealing with the enemy team. Rek'Sai also with the flash play picks up the Tryndamere, and they do turn that around, which is really good. So that gets Rek'Sai on the board. And sometimes I will say, I think we all have experienced it. You could be having a pretty poop game, but then one play happens and it suddenly is like a light switch. You turn on, one kill, one dragons, whatever it may be. Especially I'd say in jungle, it does really help to get on the board, especially when the other jungler has had like maybe a stronger early lane phase. So another scuttle crab down here, it looks like, by the tremor of Rek'Sai. Misses the Q, does the Rek'Sai. I don't know if the blue buff is up. It actually still might be, which is a bit surprising. But there's the scuttle. Gragas is in the area now, a level down on the Rek'Sai. Obviously Rek'Sai knows they're there. Ziggs, very low health. Echo doing his best, and is going to commit to the kill, which is really smart. So he commits to the kill because he was dead anyway, if he wasn't going to back out earlier, and Gragas picks up another kill. But at least Echo gets another one too. Gragas going to get bullied out by the roaming bot lane. Again, a little bit weird to see roaming bot lane at 7 minutes basically into the game, but League of Legends is very, what I'd say, open right now. You can play in many different ways, you can do many different things, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised seeing a bot lane roam at 7 minutes anymore. But yeah. Alright, so a Thresh lane, you can see the Thresh is standing away to lantern the Varus. But they still might be caught actually in this situation. Lovely W by Senna, into the knockup by Rek'Sai, and Rek'Sai will pick up that kill. Now basically equalizing the kill presence of both junglers to 3 kills each. In terms of Gragas has taken all the kills, but Rek'Sai has got 2 kills, 1 assist. So in terms of pressure, they now have what you probably consider equal pressure in terms of the scoreboard. Dragon now being started by Rek'Sai, reminding people, dragons are very easy to do nowadays. Practically every jungler probably can solo dragons. I'd be, unless you're picking something very weird, any meta, let's say that any meta jungler, you're probably going to be able to solo dragons at level 4, level 5. And obviously there are champions that do it better. Nunu, Warwick, Udyr, sure. But even something like Rek'Sai that's pretty squishy can still solo a dragon. And Senna came over to help a little bit there, which is always a bonus. Blue buff being taken. I'd probably give this over to the Echo. As we mentioned earlier, that's, by the way, the first blue buff. It never got taken by the Gragas, I do not believe. But yeah, blue buff really doesn't do anything for Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai has insanely low cooldowns. And it would help with the tunnel, I guess. But in active combat, it's better to give it to somebody else. Rek'Sai hits level 6. Not going to go back, looking for a potential gank in bot lane. Has picked up that red trinket, so knows none of this is warded, which is a bonus. But is looking for that base just in case the play isn't going to happen. Cancels the base and is now just lurking into the bush of doom. Varus now out of position. Senna going to go for it. Gragas waiting as well. Will Rek'Sai commit to it? Does end up committing to it. Maybe the wrong idea. And Rek'Sai going to go for the Varus. Does not pick it up. But yeah, so both junglers having the same idea. And Gragas managing to pull the trigger a little bit quicker. Oh god, Senna's going aggressive. She will not get the kill right now, but Echo is roaming down. What can Echo do? Again, obviously we're making a video all about Thingy here. Oh, nice play. We're making a video about Rek'Sai, but at the moment it seems to be more of the Echo show. And obviously a lot of us, and we have stressed the point, yes, Echo is a very strong champion. Is he actually going to... Yes, he will kill the Ziggs without dying. With obviously the Senna's help, of course. I will say, I don't know when this is being uploaded, and obviously things are a little bit weird at the moment. I do have a game of Echo that's going to be uploaded, whether it's already uploaded or whether it's going to be tomorrow's main video. I play Echo mid, and yeah, it's a strong champion. But anyway, Rek'Sai respawns and heads straight, by the way, to mid lane, has picked up the warrior Stalkers. Why Stalkers, by the way, over the red, whatever the hell the red one's called? Basically because when you're in tremor form, it's very common on Rek'Sai that someone's just kind of walking a little bit too far ahead of you to get the knockup. So the Stalker Blade will allow you basically to smite them just before you come up to the surface to get that knockup. which is really important. So Rift Herald being done, both junglers, I say it's been weird, man. Both junglers have had very similar thought process to this game, because at this rating, you know, we're in Master, Challenger, whatever MMR. Yeah, there's the right play to do, and both junglers are trying to do the right play. So Gragas does basically steal the Rift Herald. Tryndamere does pick it up, and you know, maybe a bit of a late reaction by Rek'Sai's team to come over and help, possibly. But anyway, you know, Rift Herald being stolen is a bit of a bummer. Gragas got a bit of a farm lead and also an XP lead over the Rek'Sai right now. So what Rek'Sai should do is kind of knuckle down, farm a little bit more, kind of, you know, look for a easier gank and maybe less obvious that the Gragas might not show up in mirror, because in a mirror situation, the Gragas is right now stronger than the Rek'Sai. So you want to try and get a gank that doesn't involve the other jungler to get back into the game, basically. Or you go for a team fight with Kennen or something, and obviously Kennen ult might kill both of them. Meanwhile though, Echo is fighting in mid lane while Rek'Sai is just farming. Echo is probably going to go down. I'd be very surprised. Is going aggressive. That damage is a 1v3. Center ultimate comes through to give the shield. Thresh ultimate as well with the hook, and Echo will go down in the end. Unfortunately for him, did do a lot of damage, but doesn't go down. Rek'Sai probably just looking to go mid to cover the lane, I'd imagine. When it hits the tower, you'll probably see Rek'Sai go for it. He might, you know, the Rek'Sai might have waited there just to be like, is Ziggs going to look to push that? If Ziggs did, then maybe I could go for him. But so far, no. So yeah, so far, you know, we're making this video about Rek'Sai. All these videos don't have to be like literal crazy stops by that specific champion. But we did mention earlier, and I'll say no spoilers, I do not know this, but we did say earlier, usually it takes 1 or 2 items for Rek'Sai truly to come on board. And with especially the newish build of Lethality Rek'Sai, that probably is more true than the old version. So we'll see what happens. Is it one fight that potentially can make the Rek'Sai strong, or is it several ganks that happen? But obviously Dragon is coming back soon, and that's probably going to be a pretty contested objective, considering, you know, Red Team got away with the first one completely for free, uncontested. So I'd imagine Blue Team probably won't let that happen again, or I'd be very surprised if they do. Dragon is spawning though, I think basically within the next few seconds, and you can see Rek'Sai is in the area ready to probably go very quick. Oh, setting a trap potentially with the Gragas, this would be huge. Nice E by the Gragas, flashes as the Rek'Sai, and they do basically one-shot the Gragas, get rid of him. Thresh is heavily roaming, nice snipe by Varus, so that will stop the potential Dragon being done with the Gragas being dead. Both junglers are now dead. Thresh, I will say, is heavily roaming this game. Does get himself a little bit caught. Echo is going to go down, though there's too many people. Twitch is trying to do some damage. Isn't stealing a lot because I guess of the exhaust. And also, we did mention earlier, the Mirror Mana build. You're basically a minion in lane phase. It does scale incredibly well. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of Twitch, but you can't deny scaling. Mirror Mana Twitch does scale incredibly well. It just is very weak in the early game. It's why, again, people said, what do I think of, like, Draven going Mirror Mana? That doesn't make any sense to me. Draven is legitimately a champion that's designed to win lane, and then you're buying a tier item to make your lane phase weak. That didn't make any sense. If a Draven isn't winning lane, he doesn't scale as hard as other AD carries, even with Mirror Mana. So, that was an odd one. But obviously, if you go tier on Draven with Mirror Mana and then win lane as well, obviously that's a dream situation, but it just is probably quite rare. Twitch potentially out of position, gets flashed on by the Varus, has to flash himself, but he's probably still in trouble here with all the slows that Varus has, and does get caught out. So yeah, so far this game is not looking too good. With now Twitch being dead, that might open up Dragon potential. Well, actually I say that, but Echo is now roaming down, basically just like, you guys want to try this, go for it. Meanwhile, teleport by Kennen, Varus mispositions and gets basically annihilated by Rek'Sai. The enemy team now on the back foot, so this is a good situation for Red Team. Meanwhile, again, the negative of not having a teleport top laner. Kennen teleported to catch the enemy off guard. Tryndamere can't. He can't even stop a Kennen teleporting. He has to just split push because he hasn't got TP. Echo going for this kind of crazy dive play, ults to get health back, Kennen going in. By the way, think Kennen Ultimate was happening then, but reminding people, replays have not been that healthy for a while, so I think there was a big lightning around Kennen, but we just didn't see it. Meanwhile, Rek'Sai picks up another kill. They're probably going to go for the tower bot lane and then maybe go for the dragon after, or Rek'Sai might just go straight for the dragon. Meanwhile, in top lane, Tryndamere picks up the tower, but then dies. That's actually pretty bad, by the way, that death. Other than the obvious, the big thing of Kennen not being there means Tryndamere can gain a lot of experience over Kennen, and then with an experience lead, Tryndamere might be able to kill the Kennen in a solo 1v1. Well, now that Tryndamere died by minions, he isn't gaining any XP advantage. So that's a really bad death. Anyway, second item technically complete for Rek'sai, and it is an Edge of Light.